Okay, you guys really need to try this Lurantis team that I created. It's so good. I don't win every game, but every single Pokemon on the team puts in the work. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're in a battle versus Gwen in the OU tier from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There is a link in the description down below. Looking at their team, they've got some threats. The Iron Moth, the Dragapult, and the Galarian Zapdos stand out. Mamoswine, if he gets going, can be a threat, and Espeon hits pretty hard too. And then they've got that Corviknight that we're going to try and break through. So, looking at the matchup, I would say Skeledirge is going to have some fun. It can definitely wall the Iron Moth, thanks to Unaware, stopping its Fiery Dance boosts and special attack from having any effect. We've got to make sure Dragapult's taken care of somehow. If it's special, we've got Sylveon, so we can deal with it. I'm looking at the matchup, and I'm thinking they either lead with Espeon, Mamoswine for the Stealth Rocks, or the U-turn on the Zapdos. So I'm going to lead off with Alomomola, and I'm going to flip turn on whatever they bring out first, and then just kind of go from there. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Gwen. They're going to lead off with a Mamoswine, which is great for us as we lead off with the Alomomola. So we could just go straight for a Scald right now. Scald burn on anything really is going to be nice. So I think I will just go straight for the Scald because this thing's probably either going to sell Stealth Rocks or it's going to switch out into the Dragapult slash something else. So they are going to withdraw the Mamoswine. We're going to get a nice and powerful Scald off on something. And it's going to be the Espeon. So Espeon's coming in. Espeon obviously is going to be able to eat up this Skull because Alomomola does not have the best offenses in the world, but it's still a little bit of chip damage here and there. Can't go wrong. They probably go for either a Light Screen, Reflect, or a Calm Mind right now. So I'm going to go for a Flip Turn and get on out of there. They do go for a Trick. I didn't consider Trick for some reason. I mean, I don't want anything else to be tricked either, so that's fair enough. So a Choice specs Alomomola now, and they have got leftovers. We're going to go for a nice and powerful Flip Turn, though. We're going to get a bit of momentum going on with the Espeon. Which is always nice. And now, what we can do is we can go into the Lurantis and finish this thing off. Or we can Yamega, go for Protect and go from there. But we need that Corviknight out of the way, really. So I'm going to go into my Lurantis. There we go. It is Assault Vest, so it can take any hit this Espeon wants to throw at us. And we'll just be able to go straight for a knockoff and get the KO, really. So they go for a Thunder Wave and they miss, which is unfortunate, but I don't think Paralysis really affects Lurantis too much, as they're able to get off that knockoff and KO the Espeon. So Lurantis is coming through for us right now. I really hope Lurantis can do something good in OU, because it's a really cool Pokemon. It's got interesting, like, it's got Contrary and stuff like that. I think it's the only Contrary, well, effective Contrary user in the game right now, other than Enamorous. Enamorous can obviously take care of it pretty well. So Corviknight comes in. Now, we could stay in, Terra Fire, go for a Superpower for that boost, and then go for a Tera Blast to finish it off. But I don't want to do that just yet. Not when we have a switch in already in Alomomola or the Skeledirge. So I think I'm going to go Skeledirge here. I think Skeledirge is a suitable one. They might go for a U-turn expecting the switch, but if they do, it's fine. We can deal with that. So we'll go into old Krusty over here. Krusty the Clown. They go for a U-turn as expected, and that's going to do minimal damage to our Skeledirge. So they don't know what set they are. All they're going to know is that we haven't got leftovers. So we could be Heavy Duty Boots. We could be Throat Spray. We're definitely not leftovers, though, as they can probably see from this move. In comes Mamoswine. So this thing's going to fire off a fat Earthquake at us right now, which is fine. We have a switch into that. We've got Great Tusk, which can take an Earthquake, no problem, and then in a close combat the thing. Or we can go Alomomola. I'm going to go Alomomola. I think Alomomola is the best switch in to the Mamoswine. Even if they go for a Trailblaze, we're going to eat that up. So Palindrome comes in. There we go. As they go for an EQ, which is definitely going to... Well, it's not going to, like, do nothing, but, you know, we can tank it, no problem. Now we go for a Flip Turn because they're probably going to switch out. They don't. They go for a Stealth Rocks, which, again, is absolutely fine by me because what we can do now is we can Flip Turn into something that can take care of this Mamoswine whilst also getting some decent chip damage off. There we go. Chip damage galore. As Alomomola is going to come back to us thanks to the Flip Turn, we can just go into where we want to take care of this thing. I'm leaning towards Lurantis Terra Fire and go for a Leaf Blade, but I don't want to Terra too early. So instead, I'm leaning towards the Great Tusk because looking at their team, close combat hurts everything except from the Galarian Zapdos and the Dragapult. So I think Great Tusk is the way to go, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's a shame to, you know, waste my booster energy so early, but at the same time, it's like, you know. So there's a couple of things that could go down here. I could go for a Rapid Spin to get rid of these Stealth Rocks, in which case they should bring the Dragapult in. They know it's too risky for me to go for an Ice Spinner right now, so I think they are going to switch out. So I'm going to go for the Ice Spinner. They actually stay in. They stay in and they tank the Ice Spinner like it's nothing as they go for an Icicle Crash, which is obviously going to do a lot of damage. Not enough to take us out, but I think we go for a Rapid Spin here. They go for an Ice Shot to get some last ditch damage off, and it does finish off a Great Tusk. So, well played by my opponent there. I really thought they would switch out in something like the Dragapult, because Dragapult's immune to close combat, it's immune to Rapid Spin, and I mean, fair enough, my opponent, he did me in there, he did me in. So we lost Great Tusk, which means Stealth Rocks are up for good. So let's go into Alomomola, who is back at full health thanks to the Regenerator ability. And yeah, pretty much. We're going to get some Stones Dig in, which is all fine. We'll go for another Flip Turn, because Flip Turn definitely takes the Mamoswine out from here, and we can get some initiative on whatever they bring in. So they're going to withdraw the Mamoswine, which is fair enough. Getting it, the Ice Shard could be useful later on down the line. They're going to go into Corviknight, which is obviously going to sponge this Flip Turn like it's nothing, but it's absolutely fine. What we should do now is we should definitely go out into Skeledirge once again and get a Torch Song off. I think that's the best way to go about it. So Rocky Helmet is confirmed, which is fine by me because we've got that Regenerator anyway. Choice Specs Alomomola, ladies and gentlemen, is putting in the work right now. So we'll go Skelly. We'll go into old Krusty over here, the Skeledirge. And we'll just go straight, because we don't worry about Stealth Rocks or anything like that. So we'll just go straight for the Torch Song, because looking at their team, there's no reason not to. It hurts literally everything except from the Dragapult, in which case we can Tera Fairy. So let's go for a Torch Song. They do go for a U-turn. They do go for a U-turn right now. And that's obviously going to get them a free switch into whatever they want pretty much. They probably go Dragapult, I would say. Dragapult's the one that can handle us. In comes the Mamoswine to sack off, which is fair enough. Mamoswine definitely goes down to this Torch Song. But we're going to get a nice and powerful special attack boost now, which is always welcomed. So Krusty's special attack is through the roof now, which is amazing. And we got rid of the Mamoswine, which is double amazing. So that Ice Shard is not going to be a problem later on down the line for the likes of Maya Mega. In comes the Zapdos. So I'm not sure what Zapdos plans to do here. I know it gets knockoff, but I'm wondering whether it's worth terroring or not. Because if we Terra, we can take this thing out, but then we'll be susceptible to the Iron Moth. So I'm wondering whether it's best to switch into Alomomola. I think it is best for me to switch into Alomomola, because they're definitely going to go for something like a knockoff right now, which would be great if they knocked off our choice specs. Or they go for a U-turn expecting the switch. So let's see what they do. They go for a knockoff as expected. There we go. It does diddly squat to us, and it gets rid of our choice specs, which is nice. Now we can go straight for a Scald, because if we can burn Zapdos, Corviknight, or the Dragapult, that'd be amazing. They go for a Brave Bird, though. They're staying in and attacking. As we go for a Scald. Now let's get that Scald burn real quick. We get the burn. Just like last game, we got the clutch burn. That's amazing. So now that we can switch up moves, we can actually go for a Flip Turn now. But they probably don't switch out. They're probably thinking, right, Zapdos is on his deathbed. Let's go ahead and... Oh, no, I think they do switch out. I think they expect a Wish. Now that we've been knocked off, we can go for a Wish. But I'm not. I'm going to Flip Turn. I'm going to rely on the Regenerator. So they do withdraw the Zapdos, which is fair enough. We get a Flip Turn off on whatever we want, which is going to be the Dragapult. So Dragapult is the thing that I was afraid of. I'm definitely afraid of Dragapult on with this team. So, I mean, I do have an answer to it. I have got the Sylveon in the back, which just baits in the Iron Moth. But we should be alright. I think we should be fine. I mean, we could go Lurantis and knock off this thing, but we don't know what set it is yet. So I think Sylveon is probably the best bet, really. So we'll bring out Bubblegum. There we go. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. Get some stones dug into us, which is unfortunate, but it is fine. And then we'll just see what we can do against this Dragapult real quick. I personally think that Hyper Voice is a fine move to go for. Again, we don't know what set they are. They might go for a Phantom Force. So let's go for a Hyper Voice just to get some chip on whatever they bring in, which is going to be the Iron Moth or the Corviknight, one of the two. Zapdos comes in. They sack off the Zapdos. Fair enough. Sack off the Zapdos all you want. It might even die. It does go down to the Hyper Voice. I was just thinking because we haven't got any specially offensive investment, so I didn't know whether we would actually get the KO there, but we do. And the Zapdos is now gone. Now in comes the Iron Moth. I suppose it was fair for them to do that with the Zapdos because we could have easily Terra'd there, gone for like a Terra Ground or something, predicting the Iron Moth to come in, which I wish I did have, but I don't have that, unfortunately. So we're going to get a Sludge Wave to the face right now, but we have got the Skeledirge in the back, and that's exactly what I'm going to go into. I'm going to go straight into the Skeledirge, because I believe now, if we can get this Iron Moth out of the way, I think Skeledirge is going to be the MVP. I really do. So Fiery Dance comes through, could potentially boost them in special attack, but it looks like it's not. No, it hasn't. That's good. So now we can go for a Torch Song. We can go for a Shadow Ball. I'm leaning towards Slack Off, though. I'm really leaning towards Slack Off or a Shadow Ball. I don't think they switch out here. I think they stay in and knuckle down because we can't really touch them. Although we could have Earth Power. I think Skeledirge gets Earth Power, right? So I am going to go for a Slack Off real quick. They go for a Sludge Wave, which is going to do more damage. But no poison. No poison. Great. Slack Off's going to come through. And that's going to get us our health back. Delicious, nutritious health. So now that we're in this position, we can go for a Torch Song. I'm going to go straight for a Torch Song because I want to get that a boost in attack. And that Sludge Wave is doing too much damage. I don't like it. So we go for a Torch Song now. There we go. No damage whatsoever, but it does boost our special attack, which is great because it means this next Shadow Ball is going to sting. Do I go for a Slack Off first? I go for a Slack Off first. I definitely go for a Slack Off first because Sludge Wave is going to sting. Not going to KO us, but it's going to sting. And we can recover more damage than the Slack Off can do. So let's go ahead and Slack Off. There we go. Get back into the green. And then we'll go straight for another Shadow Ball. Oh, maybe I should have gone for another Slack Off. No, you know what? It's Wi-Fi. I don't. Wow, they got a crit. They got a crit. Are they going to poison as well? No poison, which is nice. So we go for a Shadow Ball now. At +1 on attack. It doesn't KO, which is unfortunate. But we do get the Spadef drop, which is nice. So, with that in mind, it might be time to let Skeledirge go down. Let's go for a Torch Song real quick. They go for a Fiery Dance once again to try and get that special attack boost. But it ain't gonna work. Not one bit. As they get... Oh, wait, no. They get a special attack boost. So, with Krusty down and out... I should have Slack Offed again, shouldn't I? But they got a crit, to be fair. So, it's like, you know, whatever. So... We need to go into something that can take a hit from this thing. So, we've got a couple of options. We can Terra Fire our... Lurantis, get that and live an Assault Vest and go for a Superpower to KO, get a boost in attack and defense. Or, I'm just thinking, or we can go Alomomola, but I don't think Alomomola can live a hit. Sylveon could Terra Fire and go for a Hyper Voice, which would be nice. But I feel like Lurantis is better here. I feel like No. Definitely not. I'm going to go into Lurantis. And the reason I'm going into Lurantis right now is plain and simply because I need to check to see what boost they've got. So they've got special attack boost. But does that count in... What was their booster energy? I can't remember whether it was speed or special attack. I don't know, but I'm definitely terroring and going for a superpower right now. Definitely going to have to terror and go for a superpower. Hopefully, they expect a Sludge Wave or a Terra Steel for the Sludge Wave or something, and they go for a Fiery Dance right now. That'd be the ideal situation because we'll tank that a lot better than a Sludge Wave. We might not even tank Sludge Wave. To be honest with you. We could, but we might not. So Sludge Wave comes through. We are able to live and go for a superpower, which is going to definitely KO the Iron Moth. So, awesome. Boosting our attack and defense is great and all, but now we can't do anything now. We just can't do anything now. In comes the Dragapult. So Dragapult is coming in. I'm not too bothered about Kimono going down. So I'm going to go for a knockoff just in case they actually get cocky and Dragon Dance. If they Dragon Dance, we've got him. Dragon Darts. They're a physical Dragapult, which is going to be tough for us. So Kimono does unfortunately go down. And we've used our Terror up. So beating this Corviknight is going to be difficult. That's for sure. Beating Corviknight is going to be difficult. But the Dragapult, on the other hand, we can handle that with what we got. So we could go into Alomomola or we go Sylveon. I'm leaning towards Sylveon right now. I'm definitely leaning towards Sylveon. I think Sylveon's got the best chance of doing anything to this thing. So what we'll do is, we'll go for a Hyper Voice. They probably switch out into Corviknight, but if they switch Corviknight, then that's fine. So Dragapult is going to go back, which leaves Corviknight. So Corviknight is a tough one. Tough one to crack, Corviknight is, because it's very bulky on both physical and special side, mainly the physical side usually. We go for a Hyper Voice though, and that's not too bad damage, to be fair. That's not bad damage. We could win this with Sylveon by Calm Minding if we wanted to. But I want to keep Sylveon around for the Dragapult, so I'm leaning towards the Alomomola switch, which I'm going to do. So there we go, withdrawing Sylveon, and we're going to bring in the Alomomola, because if Alomomola is doing anything this game, it's going to be either Skull Burning the Corviknight or Skull Burning the Dragapult. One of the two. They go for a Brave Bird, which is going to bounce right off us. There we go. Bounces right off us. Now they probably go for a Roost or a U-turn, so I'm going to go for a Wish, get that health back. They actually go straight for a Brave Bird again, which nearly takes us out. Very nearly takes us out. We're able to go for a Wish, though, which is going to get our health right back up. So that's great. Now we go for a Protect. They might switch out expecting the Protect, or they might go for a Roost. If they go for a Roost, kudos to them. If they don't, they don't. They do go straight for a Roost though, which is of course going to make it really difficult for us to take on. So, now that they've gone for a Roost, we're going to get our health back with a Wish. And then, we're going to Scald this thing. And we're going to try and get a Scald Burn. So they go for a Brave Bird. Once again, they're just trying their best to break through our Alola Momola. And we go for a Scald. If we can get the Scald Burn, that'd be amazing. If we can't, it's no big deal. Right, okay, it's no big deal. No Scald. We'll get it this turn, though. But it's got to burn. It's Scald. They go for another Brave Bird. Will this take us out, actually? No, we live on 5 HP. Able to get some Recoil and some Scald chip on the Corviknight, which is amazing. No burn, though. Now they probably go for a Roost, so I'm going to go for another Scald. They go for another Brave Bird, which is definitely going to take us out, which is absolutely fine. I think personally, we're actually not in the worst position in the world here, because that Corviknight's pretty weakened now. So I'm going to go Yanmega, because I think they go for a Roost here. I think they go for a Roost over... Oh, no, we're going to get some damage here. Yeah, we got some damage. So, Stealth Rock damage is a thing. We just have to go for a Bug Buzz, sorry. We'll just go for a Bug Buzz, get some damage off. No damage whatsoever because it's quad resisted. But we get the Throat Spray boost. And if they've gone for a Roost here, then we might be alright. Might be alright. They go for the Roost. So, the Roost comes through. Corviknight is proving to be a difficult Pokemon to take on right now. We get a speed boost. We outspeed the Dragapult now, which is amazing. Let's go for the Air Slash because it's only double. It's not fully resisted like Bug Buzz is. We get the flinch as well. That's what we like to see. We get the flinch as well, which is really nice. So let's go for another Air Slash. There we go. Air Slash comes through. We miss, unfortunately, and they're probably going to go for a Brave Bird now and take us out. Roost again. Okay, so the Corviknight is just proving to be a bit of a menace right now. We've got 3 minutes left of the game. Let's get this done with Yanmega. Come on, Yanmega. Get the Air Slash off real quick for me. There we go. Now just get a nice and powerful flinch. That'll be doing great. They use Brave Bird. That's going to take out Yanmega, unfortunately. There we go. But it is going to get some decent recoil. It's a crit. I don't think the crit mattered. I don't think the crit mattered. Definitely didn't matter, in my opinion. So what we can do now is, obviously the timer's there. Timer is all-powerful. Judging by the Brave Bird damage to Alomomola, I don't think we can sit here and set up Calm Minds on this thing. So we're going to have to just go straight for the Hyper Voice and just hope for the best. They go for a Roost, which is going to get rid of the Flying typing, which doesn't matter. Let's see how much damage Hyper Voice does. I can't remember what it did earlier. No damage whatsoever. So I think we've lost this game. I really think we lost this game. Let me know if you think there's anything I could have done differently in the game to like maybe turn the tides here and get the win. Maybe Lurantis wasn't the best play earlier with the Iron Moth, you know, but it is what it is. Hyper Voice damage right now. There we go. If we can get a crit, that'd be nice. No crit, no crit, no crit. And then they just have to take us out with a Brave Bird this next turn. Unfortunately, Sylveon just can't hack it. Corviknight's a hard Pokemon to break through, though. So they go for the final Brave Bird. That's going to take out Sylveon, and that is going to be the game. So GG, Gwen. That was a fun one. I love the team. Pretty awesome stuff. Iron Moth is a menace. So is Corviknight. So is Dragapult. They're all menaces. But anyway, here is the team. If you want to try it out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.